Okay. So you've got, I think we've got everybody then.
Get you where we can see you, Jeff.
There you go, right there.
There.
Ryan, are you ready for us to start the meeting?
I am ready. Yes.
Okay. All right, welcome everyone. This is the Providence Administrative Land Use Authority. It is July 29th at 2:30 in the afternoon, and we're having a little bit of internet problems, so we hope we can get through this meeting quickly and that the internet will keep up with us. We have we have Max Pierce, our city engineer, is present. I'm Scarlett Bankhead, the Administrative Services Director. Rob Stapley, our Public Works Director, is on with us. We also have Ryan Snow, the City Manager, Diane Campbell, our Land Use staff, and April Fredrickson, our zoning staff. Looks like we've got a representative for each application. We got Jeff Barrett and Mike, I just went blank on your last name. Carter. Okay. All right. First item on our agenda. Oh, we are doing this meeting via Zoom. The agenda lets people know that it will also be streaming live on Providence City's YouTube channel. Persons wishing to comment on the agenda items may email their comments to providencecityutah@gmail.com or text comments to 435-752-9441. Ryan's also keeping track on the chat boxes to see if we have any comments come in that way. I just checked my email and we do not have any comments via the Providence email or the text at this point. So Ryan, have you received any comments of any kind?
I do not have any comments at this time, and we don't have any other webinar participants viewing it. So,
okay. All right. Our first item of agenda is the Providence City Land Use Authority will consider for approval a request by Immaculate Construction for a new home located at 680 East, 525 North in Providence. Since we are a land use authority, we do look at the findings of fact and the conclusions of law and established conditions. Providence City, we looked at the Utah Code 10-9A-507, which gives municipalities the ability to establish a land use ordinance that includes conditional uses and provisions for the conditional uses. We also utilize the Cache County GIS parcel summary, and we look at Providence City Code 10-5 sensitive areas and Providence City Code 10-3-5 for conditional use permits. In conclusion, Providence City has adopted a land use ordinance that include conditional uses and provisions for conditional uses. The Cache County GIS parcel summary indicates this parcel is in a hazard landslide area. Providence City has the authority to impose reasonable conditions to mitigate the reasonably anticipated detrimental effects of the proposed use, and this request meets the requirements of the code listed in the findings of fact with the following conditions. Forgot to ask, Jeff, did you get your copy of the agenda packet? So you've seen our staff report?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Scarlett, real quickly, on mine, it says that it was in the hazard water table area. Is that not correct? I assume that's not correct because you mentioned the hazard slope area.
I think
It's a
according to
hazard
GIS,
hazard landslide area.
Okay. So just in the packet that I've got here, it says water table area. So we might want to correct that as well.
Have I got the wrong one?
Are we on the right one?
680.
So we skipped me, I guess. So item number 1 was for lifestyle homes.
Sorry, I picked the wrong one up. I had them both on my desk and picked the wrong one up out of order. Mike, I'll backtrack. So we're
Actually,
requesting.
the agenda should have Jeff's first. I sent out another agenda.
Well, maybe I've got an old agenda then.
Me too.
Okay. All right, so I
got-
am right then. I am on Jeff's. Immaculate is first, and then lifestyle is second. Correct,
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
Okay, all right, Mike, we'll get to you. Hang
Okay.
with us here. All right, so I'm looking at the staff report for 60 East, 525 North. You got that one, Max?
I'm looking for it. I probably do. Let me see if I could go ahead and keep going. I'll find it here.
Okay, all righty, so this is in a landslide area, or the county parcel summary indicates that this is in a landslide area. So the conditions that are on this, the applicant will continue to meet all relevant federal, state, county, Providence City rules, laws, codes, and ordinances. The applicant will mitigate the landslide area, and in an emailed statement that was from Jeff Barrett, Jeff says the long-term retention mitigation is provided by the engineered home itself, as well as finished grade and landscaping. And I think, Jeff, the plan that you actually sent in the packet was your stormwater
I
plan,
just
isn't
turned
it?
it all in at the same time, so I apologize. There was probably some things there that it didn't pertain to this meeting, so.
Okay, so those elements on the plan that you sent, they don't apply towards the mitigating of the landslide area. They are for your stormwater and your
Correct.
keeping your site clean, correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay, all righty. So the way the home is placed on the property, the footings, the foundation, that's what you're utilizing as your mitigation strategies for the landslide.
Yeah, I think according to GIS, we were less than 20% slope on that. I think it was you just in a landslide, like you said. So the actual retention will be by the structure itself, the engineered structure itself, as well as finished grade and landscaping.
Okay. All right. And I know you did send the plans. So Max, did you have a chance to look at
I
their
have.
plans?
I have, yeah. I just opened the old one instead of the newer one.
Okay. Do you feel like the plans that they've presented, the way the foundation, the footings and everything are, do you feel like that's adequate for the area?
Yeah.
Okay. Rob, do you have any comments on the mitigation of the landslide area?
I do not.
Okay. All right. The next condition is that this is for the home only as shown on the site plan, date stamp July 14th, 2020. So Jeff, you've been on the drill before, but if they decide to do another detached building or something, or even if they decide to add on to their home, they've got to come back in and see us again, unless the city code changes.
Okay.
The approval by the city of any application submitted or paperwork does not alleviate the owners and or their agents from their responsibility to understand and conform to local, state, and federal laws. Providence City's approval is not intended to and cannot be construed to allow any laws to be violated. So, Diane, I'm sure you've looked at it, but did you have any concerns with their layout on their zoning? Are they meeting their setbacks? Is there anywhere that we need to bring up, any point of caution or anything?
No, everything looks good to me.
Okay. And April, since they did include the stormwater in this packet, is there anything that you saw there that concerns you?
No, actually, I don't think I've seen it.
Oh,
I
okay.
can't find it, but no, I think everything's okay.
All righty. Ryan, any comments that you have?
Oh, I'm good on this one.
Okay. Rob or Max, any comments?
Nothing for me.
Okay. That being said, I would entertain a motion to approve the conditional use for the home located at 680 East, 525 North in Providence, Utah, based on the findings of fact, conclusions of law, and conditions that we have reviewed during the meeting.
I'll make that motion.
I'll
Motion by
second it.
Motion by Max Pierce and second by Rob Stapley. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Rob, did you vote?
Aye, yes.
Okay, thank you. Any opposed? All right, the voting is unanimous. It passed. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
You bet. We'll see you.
Okay. All right, Mike. The
Alrighty.
next one we have on our agenda, now I buried my agenda. We will hear an approval or lifestyle for a new home located 10 South, 600 East in Providence. And I'm not going to go through the entire. Ryan, can you
You wanna
still hear
talk
me?
about
Because
that?
I'm getting the unstable internet.
I can hear you.
Okay, as long as you can still hear me, then we're good. I'm not going to go through we used the same findings of fact that we used in the previous one. Our conclusions are that the city has adopted land use ordinances that include conditional uses and provisions for conditional uses. The Cache County GIS parcel summary indicates this parcel is in a hazard wildfire area. Providence City has the authority to impose reasonable conditions to mitigate the reasonably anticipated detrimental effects of the proposed use. Aaron Walker, the Deputy Fire Marshal, Logan City Fire Department, reviewed the parcel in the interest of fire safety provisions and regulations as adopted by the state and in accordance with the International Fire Code. This request meets the requirements of the code listed in the findings of fact with the following conditions. The applicant will continue to meet all relevant federal, state, county, Providence City rules, laws, codes, and ordinances. The applicant will mitigate the wildfire area, or the wildfire area by working with the fire marshal to meet fire mitigation requirements. In the packet, oh, I should have asked, Mike, did you get a packet?
I have the packet here in front of me, yes.
Okay, and do you have any questions on the report?
I don't. I spoke to Aaron Walker a handful of times, and we are in an understanding of what needs to happen with this project, with roofing, with siding, with soffit and fascia, with protrusions into the home, with having a mesh covering those protrusions no greater than 1/8 of an inch square mesh. So we will be following his instructions and building the
Okay.
home accordingly.
Thank you. We do have a letter in an email that is from Mike that does verify what he just said, that he's talked with Aaron and that they will build according to the fire marshal's instructions. And as Mike alluded to in Aaron's letter, he discusses access. The access is approved. The hydrant locations are approved. The fire water flows have not been confirmed. Media is for at 1,000. What?
We're losing you. Will you repeat that?
Okay. On the fire flows, it says that they've not been confirmed by Providence City. However, there are homes and fire flows for the proposed.
Scarlett, if you can hear us, we can't hear you.
Oh.
You've frozen.
Oh,
Now you're back.
Now you're back. Maybe.
am I?
We still can't hear you.
Done?
Maybe now.
All right. Did it come back?
It's back. You're back now.
Okay. All right, so Aaron said that we haven't verified the fire flow. However, there are larger homes in the area. The minimum requirement for a home of your size is 1,000 gallons per hydrants within 600 feet. So prove that. So Rob, do you have any concerns where we didn't verify those numbers, or are you pretty confident in the hydrants in that area?
I have the numbers for both hydrants on each side of that corner lot. The two hydrants that are on that are very, very different in volume from, since there's a PRV station. But if all the minimum requirement, they both exceed that, so we should be okay.
Okay,
Okay,
That's
you froze a little bit during that.
but in short, we're okay.
Short,
Sounds to me like everybody's okay. Max, have you got any concerns?
No, I do wonder though, did we just not get time to check the fire pressure or the fire flows?
flows already. They're just old, and we don't like old data. So typically,
Sorry, Rob,
but
try
you're breaking up as
muting
well.
and unmuting your button.
She's froze.
Yeah, so one thing that will help with your internet speed, if you just stop sharing your video, it'll open up a lot of bandwidth for the audio.
Shut down your video.
Right, Max, are you still with us?
I can still hear you, but both of you and Rob are both cutting in and out.
Mm,
Try talking now, Rob, see if that helps since you got your video shut off.
Now, can you hear me better now?
We can hear you.
yes,
Okay.
his question was,
So, she's cutting out. We're having a rough day with the internet. I don't hear anybody anymore.
Max has the best internet, I think.
So Rob, I was curious just, and maybe I shouldn't be, but I was just curious why we didn't test the fire flows.
We have data on both of the fire. It's just old data, and quite often I tell Aaron that I'd like to get up-to-date data just in case something's changed, especially since there is a pressure reducing station right there on that very corner. But are both well above the minimum. We don't seem to have any problems with this size of home going in there.
Okay, fair enough.
thinking you can. Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Max?
It's cutting in and out still a little bit. Yeah, I can't hear you, Scarlett.
I think we lost Scarlett.
Rob?
I heard my name from her, but that was it.
Okay, Rob, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
I hear you now.
Okay, all right, so we can get through this really quickly. Mike did review a little bit about what he's going to do as far as the wildland fire, and the things that he talked about are the things that Aaron has approved in his notes. Mike, do you have any questions about any?
I'm losing you, Scarlett. I don't have any questions. Everything is very clear with what needs to be done. And it really doesn't deviate from what we normally do with our homes, with the exception of the mesh over the protrusions into the home. So that is,
on the concern. Guys,
will you repeat that, Scarlett?
He
Diane,
said my name, not sure, but no, I don't
are
have
we
anything.
stuck on Diane? Okay, can you hear me again now?
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you right now.
Uh,
Hear you
I looked
anymore.
at everything in the packet. It appears to be good from what I, Max, actually, since you've got the best connection, will you make the motion and then Rob, you can second it. So Max, will you just state the motion since I cut in and out?
you bet. Let me back up here so I can get to the right name of this thing here. So I'll make a motion, we approve the application from Lifestyle Homes for building permit located at 1012 South 600 East Providence, Utah, with the conditions and where did my thing go? No, I'm getting internet problems. With the 4 conditions that are stated on the findings or on our record of decision. I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion by Max Pierce, second by Rob Stapley.
Aye.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Rob Stapley voted aye, Scarlett voted aye, Max voted aye. That's all of us, so it's a unanimous decision. Thanks, Mike. Sorry we had a rough go on the internet connection. If there's anyone, if you have any questions, make sure you get with Diane, April, or I. We will try and help you out there. That being said, I don't have any other business on our agenda, so I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll
All
second it.
Okay, the
Thank you,
motion by,
Scarlett.
you're welcome, Mike, thank you. Motion by Max Pierce, second by Rob Stapley, all in favor of adjournment. Aye.
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 Voting was unanimous. Thank you, everyone, and hopefully we will have better luck next go around with our internet connection.
Thank you.
Have a good
you.
afternoon, everyone.
You
Bye.
too. Bye.